Okay, we finally made it. My goodness, that was hard trying to get live on here, man. Whew. How's everybody doing tonight? BC, glad you're here, because I wasn't thinking I was gonna make it.
Better late than never, you know. The hour drive was super fun, and I don't know why it took me like 15 minutes to make it a quarter mile in rush hour traffic, but geez, that was like the hardest part. As soon as I got past all that, it was smooth sailing. But that 15 minutes really set me back.
I'll tell you what, when you get around these hubs, it always is. It's that one section that kills you. BC, you know what? I'm dragging ass today. I'm just saying.
Welcome to my life.
I'm dragging. I'll tell you. How's everybody doing tonight? Appreciate everybody being here. Let's see who's here. Let's take a quick and by the way, Badel is working on his internet, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, apparently you
BC had traffic issues.
Yeah,
I'm obviously having internet issues. So here it is. It is what it is, and so is Badel. So we're gonna do our best tonight, guys. We're gonna do our best. Let's see. Username is in the house as always, trolling, of course. And we appreciate username. And he. Oh man. And yes, I put down we are having technical difficulties. Please stand by. And he's like, I'll just sit. I don't want to stand in. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Oh, there you go. Mountain driving is worse. Well, there it is. Miss Crypto Badel. Hey, thank you for being in the stream earlier today. Appreciate you. And let's see. What's that say, Badel? I want a bagel, please. Badels can't even get online right now. Never mind a bagel.
Well, yeah, you can't stream when you have 1.3 megs up.
Yeah, that definitely isn't good. Hey, but we appreciate everybody being here. A pizza bagel to boot. There you go. And T is in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. All right. Well, BC, I say that we start, and when Badel gets here, he gets here. What do you think?
Well, I hope he gets here in time for the last article, because that one I picked out specifically for him because it had to do with mining and XRP.
I know. Well, the irony was I was going to do that one first, and because I thought, okay, he was here, and then he disappeared. So I guess we'll move on. Oh my goodness.
Well, there's a lot more to talk about, because
that is true.
There's more stablecoin news. Surprise.
No, I am not surprised. Yes, I'm surprised. Of course I am. Oh man. So yeah, here we go. Competition in the stablecoin arena. You know what? I'll read through it and then we can toss it around because I've got it right in front of me. It'd probably make it a little easier for you. While the United States dollar-dominated stablecoins dominate the stablecoin and RWA tokenization game, there are other competitors coming to play. I like how they word that. Kind of funny. But anyway, Collins, who is, I forgot who he is. It's up here. I kind of passed that, so I apologize. Oh, Tether co-founder. That's what it was. Yeah. I probably should have known that. Sorry, guys. But anyway, as he was talking to them about this article, he basically said that the stable coins definitely help preserve the dollar dominance, especially in the crypto space. The dollar is kind of the reserve currency of crypto. Duh. And now there are other currencies coming to play. But more importantly, not just currencies. It's other types of backing. And he went on to say that assets used to back stablecoins may compete with the US dollar for higher yield users. And I think it goes on, if I remember correctly, down here where he talks about it, when you right here. So when you can back it with money market funds, for instance, that generate a higher yield than T-bills, and other things like that are coming on chain, there will always where there's a lot of yield that will be generated, those will take precedence. So I think you get the kind of gist of what he's saying here, is that we've got a bunch of stuff. Let's go with that stuff about to happen in the stablecoin space. Let me pull this off, BC, and unless you wanted to hit something on there, and I figure we can hash that out a little bit.
Oh no, that's actually the key points that I wanted to really touch on the article, because it really brings to light the fact that the US dollar is strong, but when you're talking about wanting to have a stable reserve asset and you're going to be keeping that asset, say like on Coinbase, if you have USDC, gives you 4% yield, and that's because of the T-bills right now. They're only giving like 8% right now. So they're not making much off of you holding that and them buying those T-bills to back that asset. But say you back it with gold. If you look at gold right now, gold's up 100% on the year. Right. You could give a much higher yield if you have a gold back stable coin. Of course, you're not going to fully back this with gold. It's going to be a conglomeration of gold, T-bills.
I was going to say basket. Yeah.
The same way that USDC does. USDC does a mixed bag of short-term bonds, long-term bonds, treasuries as well. So T-bills. There's a basket of assets. They go with the 30-year for the long-term stability. They buy some of those 6 months. They buy some of the 2-year. They just keep it where it's nice and level. But if you have gold in there, you can give a much higher yield. And this allows for more competition, especially as you're going to see the euro gain some strength against the dollar, which it has been recently, especially with them cutting rates. They are ahead of us in our rate cutting cycle.
Right.
So their dollar's a little bit stronger right now. Say if you did a Japanese yen backed stable coin, right now you could offer an extremely high yield in comparison to the US dollar. So with the US dollar losing strength, it really opens up the crypto market to have other stable coins that are pegged to other currencies, or gold and silver and maybe a little bit of Bitcoin. I know we've done that before, but that was also not your normal stable coin. That was algorithmic. So that would be the other change on that. So
yes. Now, and personally, I like the idea of algorithmic stable coins. I really do. I know we haven't really seen them succeed at this point, but I like the idea. I almost better than having it pegged with things, because we've seen how that can play out. But I don't know. Are you a fan of algorithmic stable coins?
No. So we've had algorithmic stable coins for thousands of years now, and that's called fiat dollars or gold or all of that. And if governments for all of humankind have been unable to keep their dollar stable, why would a cryptocurrency be able to do that in a much faster paced environment? The US can't even keep their dollar stable. Why am I going to trust a bunch of nerds on a keyboard to keep a dollar stable? Not happening.
Okay. I don't look at algorithmic stable coins that way. So to me, it's pure math and smart contracts, math is math to me. So to me, again, why they haven't worked kind of didn't compute to me. If math is math, then why didn't it work? And but I didn't look at it from that perspective. So there you go.
And you're talking governments have a much larger economy than the crypto market does.
Well, amen.
So, and if a government, say the US, we'll just go with the US, with a $36 trillion GDP is unable to keep their dollar stable, I do not trust someone to keep a marketplace with 3 trillion market cap to keep their dollar stable. It's just not happening. And they have the same smart minds that are working to try to keep the US dollar stable because we depend on that. Like their jobs literally depend on it. And these people's jobs in crypto don't necessarily as depend on the stability of their dollar and the global economy collapsing if it doesn't maintain somewhat stability. I'm sad to say, but I trust the US government more to try to keep their dollar stable than I do a bunch of nerds behind a keyboard to keep a cryptocurrency stable with an algorithm.
You're right. That is sad to say. You know, I got nothing else beside that. Yeah. I sadly, believe it or not, would rather trust the nerd. But what it is, everybody right here, Badel just chimed in the chat and he said he's having definite internet issues here at the moment. So I'm guessing it's me and BC tonight. So you're stuck with us again. Sorry, guys.
He can chime in on the chat if he's.
I was about to say maybe he'll stay in the chat and at least jump in and interact that way. So let's hope for that. Let's hope for that. Anything else you want to throw out about that particular piece on the stable coins? I know we got another article to talk about on stable coins, but anything else you want to kick around there?
I'd really like to see, and I know it wouldn't necessarily be like a stable coin, and there are some gold-backed cryptocurrencies right now, but a more mass adoption of, say, a gold-backed cryptocurrency that I could buy on something like Coinbase that gives me a decent yield. I'd much rather hold that than USDC.
So are you talking like a different product than what we have for like Paxos or whatever currently?
I mean, Paxos is fine, but I can't get Paxos on Coinbase.
Oh, so you want something that we can specifically get like on Coinbase or Gemini, something US centric exchange. Okay, I got you.
They're not on them.
Yes, you're correct. Yep. Okay. I missed it. BC, you've had me up all damn day. I'm tired. You know, the brain ain't quite firing here.
You are welcome, sir. You're gonna get some extra great sleep tonight. That's why I'm in bed.
You're right about that. Right about that, man.
Well, that's why I lay down like 30 minutes after our show. I like to eat some food real quick, and then I just lay down, and that's it. Yeah.
It's like Thanksgiving. You fill it all up and then whoop, and go crash on the couch. All right. Well, let's hope we can see something like that because I'm with you. I would love to be able to have easier access to stuff like that. And I think those are the way to go. And I remember Daniel Diaz in one of the interviews I did with him recently talking about something along that line coming from a company in the gold space. So watch for that. Where it was going to be an electronic thing. I don't believe they've launched it yet, or at least let me rephrase that. I don't believe they've launched it yet in the US. I do believe it is live in some other countries. But again, I'm giving you vague memory because again, one, old man brain, two, I should be sleeping now brain. But if you go back and check out some of those interviews and hopefully we can have him on pretty soon because I think we need to have a gold discussion. I know you love gold. So he would be a perfect invite to come on here and have a discussion. I'll see if I can't reel him in here for one of our streams.
That'd be a great stream.
Yes, I agree. It would be a great stream. All right. What do you say? We'll go check out the other great piece of information about stablecoins.
Let's dive on in.
I covered this morning for those who watched my stream earlier today. I'm afraid that politics is being politics here. I'm going to read through this so you get the entire gist. But yeah, I think you'll agree with me. Basically, it's saying a group of U.S. senators who are Democrats in this case that have supported this bill in the past, and we're talking about the Genius Act right here, okay, in particular, basically said they'll oppose a Republican-led stablecoin bill if it moves forward in its current form. The move threatens to stall the legislation. And right now, 9 Democratic senators have created a joint statement, which I'll show you as we scroll down here, that says the bill still has numerous issues that must be addressed. They warned that they would not support a procedural vote to advance this legislation unless the changes were made. It highlights some of the senators here, but whatever, they're not important. The bill was introduced, and again, the Genius Act is what it's referring to. The Senate is expected to take this bill. Matter of fact, I thought they were planning to do this today because this article came out over the weekend. And the bill has been basically everybody in the crypto industry, and even you and I, BC, have talked about this in the past. We've actually talked quite a bit about stablecoins, but we've touched on this and the fact that stablecoin regulatory clarity definitely needs to come first and will be if all goes the way it's supposed to go. But basically, it says these Democrats have done an about face. And although the revisions were made in the bill, some revisions were already made to try and assuage their concerns. These lawmakers said changes fell short, and this is what they want: stronger safeguards for anti-money laundering, national security, foreign issuers, and accountability measures for non-compliant actors. And this is the statement that was sent out there. So again, links to all of this is in the description, so you can go and check this entire thing out on your own. But this stuff right here, I don't know about UBC, but this just disturbs me. They're basically looking to make this a CBDC, in my humble opinion. I mean, that's what they're looking for here.
They're opening the door, but it's like, if you want to talk about money laundering, you don't launder crypto unless you're like using a mixer, and even that can be traced. Or like the only real one would be something like Monero. But even then, like Monero does not have the widespread use case that something like your stable coin is going to have. People are not going to transact in everyday transactions in Monero. It's not happening. It has better use cases than being used as a currency. If I'm trying to send a message to someone completely anonymously, that's what Monero is great for. You need to send over the same way that you have things that are attached to the blockchain with Bitcoin, with runes. If you're trying to do that anonymously, that's where Monero shines. But people launder cash. The most money that has ever been laundered at one point happened during the Iraq War by the federal government. So like, I don't know what they're getting at here. It's big lies. You can monitor every single transaction. I can click on the blockchain, the block explorer, and see exactly who sent that and where it was sent to. You can't do that with cash. So criminals use cash.
Yep, facts. And here we go. There it is. Criminals use cash. Those are the facts, man. Those are the facts. And it's been proven and proven and proven and proven time and time over. And listen, money laundering, these big banks launder more money than ever could be done with cryptocurrency, and they get fined. My air quotes again, for it all the time. And does anybody ever go to jail for it? No. You don't hear any more about it besides, oh, they got some, oh, bad boy. You know, here, take another Jamie Dimon transaction. There you go. It's like, yeah, it's I'm sorry, it's just what it is. That bank right there, one of the biggest violators. And we got Jay Violet in the house. Yes, J Violet emojis. If you got your membership here, as BC already did, blowing up that chat. Appreciate you being here, J Violet. Oh, we got Badel back. Hold on. We might have him. Kinda. He's almost there.
Getting there.
Man, you got it working.
Yeah, their automated payment processor took my payment but didn't record it. So I was technically disconnected.
Oh.
Even though I was watching YouTube and stuff, it would just seemed a little slow.
Gotcha.
They're like, yeah, we got your payment like 2 weeks ago. I don't know why this happened. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know. You better give me a credit though.
Right.
For 2 weeks. 2 weeks credit.
So they gave me a 1-day credit.
Somehow that just sounds about right, sadly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sadly.
Yeah.
Well, I hopefully you've been kind of listening into what we've had going on. We've gone all through the stablecoin stuff pretty much we had to chat about. If you were listening, is there anything you want to add to our rants that we've had going on over here?
No, unfortunately, I was not able to listen because I was on the phone.
Oh, that's true. Right. You were contacting them. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Sorry, man. Again, tired guy. All right. Well, listen, BC said we had to save this one for last because, again, he thought this was right in your wheelhouse. I mean, I have some opinions on it as well. I'm sure BC does. But what do you say, guys? Let's do this, and then we can just chat out what we need to chat out for the rest of this. The headline pretty much says it all right here. JA Mining adopts XRP to power faster, cheaper cloud mining transactions. But just to this whole first paragraph makes me laugh. This is major news for blockchain and cloud mining sectors. This mining company, JA Mining, has declared XRP as a payment and transaction processing tool. Integrating XRP digital assets seeks to greatly reduce transaction costs and speed up their cross-border payments. And they go into the why, 3 to 5 second times, blah, 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 blah. I'll give you my 2 cents and I'll let you guys beat it to death. 1, don't like cloud mining. It sucks. End of story. Da, da, da. XRP, don't like it. It sucks. Okay, I'm done. You're out.
See, I'll let Badel go first because you know, you're actually a miner, so you have a lot to probably say on this one.
Surprisingly, I really don't, because I understand the point of cloud mining, but I mean, it's kind of like mining rig rentals. Like you just rent, you know, servers or ASICs or whatever to mine with. But in a time like right now, when it's not even profitable, I don't see the point of it. Like I just looked up JA Mining, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for Doge, the contractor's amount is for $1,000. It's for 7 days. And your daily earnings is $36.20. But then it says your total earnings is $1,253, which makes no sense to me. Because if you take $36.20 a day, multiply it by the 7 days that your contract is.
Oh, did we lose you?
To make,
I think you froze a little.
Oh,
he's bugging out. Right when we get to his article.
Dang. All right, wait. Are you live again? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Well, we lost everything you said. You said you looked them up and you said it didn't make sense, and that was it. You were gone.
Okay. So long feel short is for Doge, the contract amount is $1,000 for 7 days. And you earn $36.20 a day for 7 days. But you're spending $1,000 to get what? A little over $250?
Yeah.
Like, how does that make sense? Why not just invest $1,000 in a Doge?
Well, see, my whole thing is something like that. I wouldn't put $1,000 in the Doge, but I would get $250 worth of Doge a week to turn around and sell immediately, because I'm not going to hold a meme project. But the big thing that this opens the door to is a more mining. So it's the same way. It's mining pools. You're putting your money in, you're opening up for computer space. Basically what this is doing is it is render technology. You're borrowing GPUs to mine cryptocurrency, except at a much larger scale. Now, Doge and LTC, I believe, those were two of the big ones. You don't even need a GPU. So you're just using CPUs.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole like cloud mining doesn't really make sense to me.
So, but you're getting to the point where a lot of mining, depending on what you're mining, it's not profitable. So instead of wasting all that electricity to potentially get an LTC, mining by yourself, why not just do it that way? Yeah, I threw $1,000 down. I'm getting 250 a week. Is that a better return than you trying to do it at your house and wasting spending that on electricity? Are you going to get a better return $1,000 a week mining solo?
Yeah, but the way they had it on their website, to me, it made no sense. Because like you put in $1,000 for this contract that's for 7 days, you earn $36.20 a day, right? But then it says your earnings total is like $1,253 something. So what? Do they give you your $1,000 back? Because that makes no sense.
I would assume you get your $1,000 back, or at least part of it.
How are they making money?
They're probably getting a portion of the mined tokens.
Right. That would make the most sense. They're getting a portion of what's
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just I mean, we've all been around for a while. We've seen these cloud things come. We've seen them go. And when I say they go, they usually go in a burst of flame. And that's it. It's crash and burn. So yeah, that's why I am no fan. I don't care if it was the Michael Saylor putting up a cloud mining thing for Bitcoin or whatever. I sorry, cloud mining, not doing it. I don't care who did it. I ain't doing it. And again, like I said, in this case, it happens to be that they're going to use XRP, and I'm sorry.
I'm not saying I'm a big fan of XRP or anything, but it does perform its use case of moving money around extremely well, whether I like the team or not. So,
well, okay, but like, I don't know.
We'll see.
I'd rather see them use something like XLM or HBAR.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say XLM's a whole lot better than XRP. I'm just going to be honest. It's the same dude. It's one of the same dudes.
I'm not saying listen, HBAR is as centralized as it gets. It's got the 28 what do you call it, delegates, etc. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm telling you straight, full disclosure, I hold HBAR, I stake HBAR, have no XRP, don't give a shit about XRP, but you know, can you tell? Here we go. But I just think that XRP is meant up for yes, there you go. There it is. Just like Trade Intuition loves XRP. Yeah.
I don't know why everybody thinks I love XRP. I don't. I like them. It's just it made me probably the most amount of money off of any cryptocurrency coin out there.
You know what? Honestly,
BC just said it best right here. There it is. BC just
XRP is the bestest.
the bestest.
It's surprising. You know what's made me the most in my whole cryptocurrency journey? ADA and BCH. So,
I'm sorry, I was hacking at that second one. ADA, and what was the second one?
Bitcoin Cash.
Oh, there you go.
Bitcoin Cash made me like 10 grand last cycle. So
Sweet.
I was extra surprised. I didn't even put much in there either. It just ripped. And I was like, okay, then cashing out now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Holy
I mean, that's
crap.
like how XRP is with me. And I've said it many times. My average price for XRP is 20 cents a coin. Because every time it hits $2-3, I sold a little bit. And now that it's at what, like right around 220, so that's 11x gain for every coin I own right now.
There you go. And I got no issue with anybody making money on whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not scamming people. You know, that's the only thing, this whole pump fund crap that we've talked about before, presidential meme coins and every other freaking scam project, that's what I got for you. You know what I'm saying? You're a scourge on the fucking space. Oh, here we go. So anyway, yeah, there it is. There it is. Love that. I love username, man. I really do. Love you. I mean, I don't know. That's it. There's my proverbial 2 cents about all of this crap. So what's up with you guys? Sorry. I'm losing it. I'm getting punch drunk right now because I'm so tired.
I was just hoping Badel would have more to say about cloud mining.
I mean, it's just, to me, it's similar to like mining rig rentals. You know, you just you pay to rent something to mine whatever you want. And I like it because it's a good option for people that don't want to invest a lot of money into hardware. You know, because like right now I'm sitting on like 35 GPUs that are just literally sitting there collecting dust.
I've never asked you, but you just brought up renting equipment, and I have heard of that. Never done it. But have you done that? Badel, have you rented like equipment to do mining?
No.
Okay. What about you, BC? Have you rented equipment to do
mining? But I'm potentially this next cycle, just because of some of the connections I've made, might be a group of us that go in to rent some mining equipment. So
okay. Well, you know who's starting a company that's doing something similar to that, and I don't know all the details, but hopefully I can get him to talk about it when we bring Matrix Money Podcast back. Is Crypto Jar? He was in the process of doing this, something like that, and I don't know if I just glitched out. If you guys even heard me there, all of a sudden my screen. Heard you. Okay,
no, I heard you.
Yeah, all of a sudden my screen started. I'm like, oh, here we go again. But
now, I mean, Hawk did talk about Terra possibly offering, like, kind of the same thing where you could rent a certain ASIC for X amount of time for X amount.
Yep.
But with everything they got going on, that might be on the back burner. Because I mean, they're building a whole new facility.
Yeah, isn't it built already? I thought it was. I could be wrong.
No, I think I'm not even sure if they broke ground yet. I want to say maybe a month or so ago is when they finally got everything finalized 100%.
Okay, well, so here you go. Why rent an ASIC when you can buy XRP? I get he's being a little bit on the sarcastic side here, but to the point, like, why rent an ASIC when you could buy the actual asset?
So, I mean, there are some assets where that is better. Say like Caspa at the beginning. It would have been better. It would have been better to mine Caspa than to purchase Caspa.
Yep.
Whereas now you're kind of at a position where it's better to buy the asset than to mine the asset. Yep. If you're not in a pool, there's certain things still where, say you want to mine LTC, LTC is still very profitable to mine if you have it set up properly. Same with Doge. There's certain assets where you can buy it or you could mine it, and it kind of just depends on the asset. I know BCH is kind of getting to the point now where it is hitting that profitability point is no longer there. So there are some assets still where you could mine and make a profit. I know you do it, don't you, Badel?
What, mine to make a profit?
You were when everything was up, weren't you? But like,
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I only had, I want to say 10 GPUs at that time. Now I've got 35. And unfortunately, this bull run didn't really go all that well.
Yeah, such as it is currently. And I just brought up T's comment, just buy, and he lists a few here, and stake.
Yeah. Just buy an asset that's down 40% for the year. Why would I do that? Makes no sense. Flare's garbage. I'm sorry. It's down 40% on a year.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, that whole airdrop for holding XRP, I got shit for Flare, and it's not even worth shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. He also shit all over gold when gold's up more than Bitcoin right now. Like,
yeah, gold.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, gold is up over Bitcoin. That's true.
That's
true.
It's up 24% on the year. And guess what? Bitcoin's up 3% on the year. Tell me what's the better asset to hold right now. It's clearly not your altcoins. You have very few projects right now in the top 100 that are even up on the yearly. There's very, very few projects. You have things like SWI up 200%. You have BGB up 200%, XRP up 300%. You want to talk about Bitcoin on the year? Bitcoin is up very, like, for the full year, yes, it's up. If you go off of that, but it's up 48% from last year this time to this year this time. I'm sorry.
Not to mention, shortly after Trump got elected, Bitcoin hit what, like 108, 109 almost?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 109.
January, beginning of February sometime.
Yeah, it was, I think, right after the was it right after the inauguration or right after the election? I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to go look it up. But yes, it went up to that 109, and just ask Army Piper, because he was selling his Bitcoin at that point. And I like using it. I don't know if he's saying he has free electricity. But yes, if your electricity for mining is free, that would probably help your profitability. Absolutely. Pedro Castro in the house. We love Trump. There you go. There you go. And he's saying BTC.
My hat's over there.
And then you can buy ADA and think it's going to $10.
I mean, plenty of people bought ADA at like 30 cents and then didn't sell at the peaks. And so now they're down back to like 67 cents and hoping it gets back up to $1.
Yeah, well, hoping. You're right. And it's funny because Crow was live earlier today. I caught the replay of it. And he was all bullish, like, he's a Cardano bull. Let's be honest, and he was all bullish about, like, with all the stuff coming out. And there was I even shared it on my X, a bridgeless transaction from Bitcoin to Cardano and so on and so forth. So, which is what they've been working on, right? And they got all midnight supposed to be coming and all this other stuff that's supposed to be coming. So he's really kind of pumping on all of that there. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know who just brought this up, but
I did. It's just this is what I'm talking about. Your whole market, like, very select projects, most of them Dino coins, are up on a year. And a few of them up better than Bitcoin. You can go outside of that top 100. Look, you go to 200, boom. I mean, there's a selected, everything's red. Almost everything's red there. You have this one.
And that's from this time last year to today?
Yeah. There's select projects, but for the most part, like gold has outperformed most of your crypto market. There's the few outliers.
Yeah,
those XRP, BGB, but like, look, like your gold backed ones aren't even up as much as gold is right now on the year. It's outperforming radium. It's outperforming CRV. It's outperforming HBAR. Like, I would rather hold gold right now. You have FLR. You talked about that one. Let's pull it on up. FLR.
It's in the top right corner.
Oh, there it is. Up, down 40% on the year. Just look at your charts, bro. Gold has proven itself. You want security? It might be old, but it still works. TIA was touted all over the crypto space at the beginning of the cycle, down 80% on the year. Garbage. Most of these things are garbage right now. The only thing I hold is Bitcoin and gold. And like a few energy assets. That's it.
Which I think you're very, very wise. We've had those discussions off track. I think we might have even mentioned it on a stream. That's that's very wise. I just want to bring this up and shout out Automatic Beats is in the house. Appreciate you being here, sir. And yeah, username is saying he has half the month of free power. Hey,
how'd you manage that one?
Like, dude, do it. Let's see what else we got.
I mean, I've been looking at selling some of my 3070 Ti's.
Oh, but how much? How gently are they used?
Yeah.
Well, I bought them from a buddy in Wisconsin, and he mined on them through the Ethereum days, and then they were just sitting in his shop, covered up, and I bought the whole rig.
Well, I could definitely use a 3070 Ti, so we might have to talk.
There you go.
I'm just kind of holding off because with all this tariff talk, I kind of think GPU prices might be going a little crazy here soon.
Maybe. I mean, it's going to be hard with the new 50 series still out there, though.
Yeah.
Like the 50 series just dropped, and your 40 series is like doing pretty nicely right now. So it'll just depend how hard things get hit. We'll see. They're trying to make a trade deal with Taiwan, though, just for, because we need that stuff until we manufacture some of that stuff here. But that might save the GPU market.
No, was it this morning? Was it you guys that was talking about Temu?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I was like, I remember hearing that some point today, but I was like, the only video I really watched was you guys this morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely.
And BC, guess what my wife was talking to me about a couple hours ago?
What?
Temu. I was like, stop, just stop. I don't want to talk about Temu anymore today.
And that's funny because I want to say Wednesday and Thursday, two kids I grew up with, I'm like friends with their mom. And she called me and she's like, oh, you gotta get on Temu. You Temu this, Temu that. She's like, I've been turning people on to Temu. And I'm like, no.
So I helped one of my girl's friends move quite recently, and they had a bunch of stuff that they had ordered off of Temu, and it was like shelving and stuff like that. And I put it together, and it's like it was like cardboard shelves. They were like, but it was like $4. And I'm like, what are you gonna hold on it? You might be able to hold like toilet paper, but like you ain't putting anything. They were hoping to use it for like food storage. I was like, good luck putting cans on that.
Well, you could until they go crash. Get your video out. Yeah.
But they were like, it was like $4. And I'm like, that was a waste of $4. You could have spent $8 on Amazon and got something better.
Facts.
It just
Facts.
not that that's not also made in China, but that's not the fucking point, Tom.
Yeah, that's not the point. Yes, exactly. Exactly. At least buy
what do I
something
see,
useful.
Yeah.
Man. Oh man.
I don't know if any of you have an IKEA near you, but holy cow, those stores are huge.
Yeah.
They are huge. I've been through one. Yeah, I got one about, I don't know, 45 minutes from me. And you gotta go check it out, right? And yeah, I've bought stuff from there. I wouldn't buy stuff from there anymore. Yeah,
No. Well, you know, I followed them for quite a while, and after they started getting sued because dressers were falling on children, I was like, maybe I won't ever buy your furniture.
Yep.
Does anybody remember when that was happening? Or like,
Yes.
you just boom. It's like, yes, this is why you just go buy your dresser from the Amish. It might cost a little bit more, but it's not going to tip over if your child decides to fall on it, climb on it. And then also, you can pass that dresser on to your kids. That was my first. My first dresser was Amish made. You know what? That thing was sturdy as hell.
Well, it's not that the kids were pulling on the dressers to have them fall over. It was if you had the drawers full and you opened up that top drawer all the way, it didn't have enough weight to where it would just naturally fall over.
There was that too.
So then they started coming out with like these little safety cords that you screw to the wall to prevent it from tipping over.
Which are useless.
Just build a better product.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're useless. Useless. What was I gonna say? But if I remember, there was incidents because children climbed on them and they tipped, if I remember correctly. As well. I'm not saying the drawer thing wasn't a thing because I remember that too, but yeah. I don't know, guys. What do you say? TradeFly is actually live right now, which is odd. I was thinking maybe we push over to TradeFly and give them a little shout out, unless we've got some other stuff to discuss. Matter of fact, don't you have stuff coming up on your channel? You were telling me about it. Is that still a plan?
I have a potential guest appearance with Crypto Billy this Friday, and then I will be having Joe on next week. So
awesome. And how's that training series going? You were doing on Discord?
So I dropped the second video in the series. I went back and I watched the first one that I did with Joe and had a few audio issues. So yeah, me and Joe have to set up a recording to go over mindset, which quite similar to what you did with Billy the other day. But we went over mindset and the trading mindset that you need to have. So,
well, that's a unique thing. End the story. Sorry, it just is. It's tough to pull emotions out of trading. Just is.
Yeah.
So. Okay, super. I hopefully you can get Billy on there. Not that I'm gonna catch you live, my friend. I love you, I do. But you're just you're killing me, Smalls. Oh man, no, I had fun this morning. I really did. Thank you for having me on. By the way,
it was a pleasure.
It was once I got the coffee kind of flowing through my veins. It was like, okay, I'm in for this.
It was just nice to see you guys in the morning when I finally woke up early.
Yeah. It's your turn next, Badel.
Friday or last week, I was like, man, every time I wake up early, BC just doesn't go live.
Well, see, by the end of the week, I'm a little bit exhausted pulling 12, 13-hour days.
Yeah, don't know why. My goodness. Hey Badel, what about you? Anything coming on with you, or how's he's probably about to answer my question before I even ask it.
So I finally got my magnets for my laser engraver today.
There you go.
And I was finally able to get a little speed and power chart.
Okay.
They call it a material test.
Okay.
But it shows like your speed over here and then the power on this like BC Beechwood, Brasswood. I forgot what they call it. So that way you can dial it in a little bit better. So you know, like what speed, what power. Because I thought we went on at 5 and not 6. So I came out here at like 4:45. And I'm like, okay, found this link. And I'm like, well, no, that's Crypto on the Rocks. All right, let's go to the other link. Found this one. And I'm like,
whoops.
Sitting here and I'm like, I'm about ready to call you because I'm like, hey, it's 4:59. Nobody's here. And then I go on my channel and it's like scheduled starts in like 61 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, I got an hour. So then I played around with the laser engraver for a little bit.
Yep. Nope. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
Yep.
Listen, BC and I had the same issue with me for this morning. Last night, I sent them a message at the end saying, okay, so I'll see you at 6:30. He's like, no. I'll be ending at 6:30. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
I was so glad I caught the message. I was like it laying down in bed. I like looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh shit, sir! I started at 5:45. You might want to be there a little earlier."
Yeah, you might want to get. Yeah, so I got up at 4 this morning. So I was just like, "Oh my god!" But that's all right. That's all right. Like I said, it was fun. Once I kind of got going a little bit, and the blinding light wasn't really killing me as much. I was into it. I was into it. It was fun. It was fun. All right. So I'm sorry. What's that?
First thing I do in the morning, wake up, go pee, make a pot of coffee, and then like wash my face so that it like wakes me up. And then
I went right in the shower. It didn't help, man.
Was it a cold shower?
I turned the coffee on because I prepped it last night, and then right in the shower, and still I was just like,
see, cold shower is the way to go. It's got to be cold,
man.
Yeah, no.
Listen, I told you about the heart issues. What are you trying to kill me?
It wakes you up.
Yeah. I know, guys. You're probably like, "What the holy? What did I just log in to watch right here?" That's why we're just kind of just jabber jarring here. Let me give you my update because I do have a slight change to my schedule this week. If I can talk without coughing everywhere. Wednesday, I'm normally live with Trade Intuition at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and then we go to his live stream from there. This Wednesday at 11, I'm going to be at a concert for my granddaughter. So we are still going to do the midweek check-in, but we're going to kind of turn things around backwards this week. Joe's going to go live at his normal time at noon, and then we're going to come over to the midweek market check-in around 1, and then we're going to roll straight into watching the FOMC live right after that and listen to Powell tell us no cuts for you. And we'll go from there. We'll see what the charts are doing and all that kind of stuff. So that's the change for this Wednesday. Friday night, as always, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. And what am I feel like I'm missing? Oh yeah, Sunday. Sunday, the second video in my Unlocking Your Crypto Journey newbie series with me and BC. Talking crypto history, or at least part 1 of crypto history, 7 p.m. Eastern time, airing a premiere. So I'll be in the live chat talking with you all right after Billy Goat Tales. So that's what's going on for me for the rest of this week. All right, guys, what do you say? Oh, wait. Returns in a highly volatile. What am I missing? Highly volatile asset, high-end inflation, a canary network. Oh, okay. We're talking. Gotcha. Okay. The conversation in the chat. We're gonna let that ride. All right, guys. What do you say? We'll dance our way out of here and head on over to see Tradefly. Sound good?
Yep.
All
right. Be all there.
All right. When you get to Tradefly, make sure you type in CCM Raid into that chat, because right now the only channel we can forward from is mine. So CCM Raid in the chat. That way he knows where you came from. Appreciate everybody being here. Don't forget, we're going to be back live next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right here for HODL the Line. All right. We'll see you all again next week. Take care, everybody.
See you.
Bye, guys.